first ask a question to Adit Kothari on America. Adit, the fact that there's a closed-door meeting that takes place in Tampa, Florida, where Asim Munir makes another threat towards India, and there is no recording, as Joyita pointed out. There is no way to really verify through any sort of recording what exactly was said. It does seem that there were people at that meeting, or there was an intention behind the comments that they must be leaked. As soon as that meeting is over, let me say something from American soil, so that once this is over, this does get out. That intention is very clear, basis the information we have right now. Why do you think he's chosen America, and why do you think America would allow Pakistan's army chief to make such comments from their soil?
So, Devika, I think it's a very pertinent question that you've asked, primarily because if you look at it historically over the last few months, Operation Sindoor has had a massive psychological impact on Pakistan. Almost 20% of their bases which were hit, it's now coming into evidence, which the Pakistanis, no matter how much of propaganda they may indulge in, somewhere even the Pakistani collective society also understands that, yes, India did hit them right deep within their bases. And so there are questions looming within Pakistan about, national security. A lot of questions are also being raised as to, why are we allowing, a complete unhinged and madman like Asim Munir to have the controls of the nuclear power. The nuclear weapons in Pakistan. So that is one aspect of it. Why this was said in the United States is it's not for the international audience. It's not for the international media. It is primarily for the domestic audience and the audience in India, which basically questions the government of the day. So, this is basically hitting that particular particular audience. Now, where was this organized? This was organized by someone called Sajid Tarar. Sajid Tarar is an American Pakistani businessman who, prior to Operation Sindoor, was a pro-Modi individual. He hosted a lot of the Indian voices, including people from the BJP, the ruling government in the United States. He's also the founder of the American Muslims for Republicans. So some dynamics has gone change within the sort of Trump administration, which is why even Republicans are now sort of seeing themselves closer to Pakistanis. The Pakistani government, who they have been criticizing for the best part of the last decade or so, as somebody they cannot trust, or as snakes, or different other adjectives that they've used against the Pakistanis. So much to say that India has to realize that it cannot rely on America as a strategic ally. Here is General Asim Munir, who's gone into somebody that we consider as our close friend, and is using their soil to propagate, this sort of war rhetoric, which is, it's truly to be frowned upon in this day and age. I mean, he spoke about, hitting India with missiles if India was to, create dams or build dams on the Indus. There were three missiles three tactical missiles which were fired during Operation Sindoor, and all three of them were, easily mitigated by the Indian defense system. So that is something which Asim Munir knows really well. But despite that, he's thought of, this being an important juncture, as an important platform to use this to create and, say that, Pakistan is ready for any sort of eventualities against India. Devika.